So it is Thursday, June 7th, and I'm here at the Oceanside Transit Center waiting for the 7:39 Metrolink departure. And I'm going on quite an adventure today to meet up with Miles in Socal, or LA sort of Socal, so here goes. So to travel today, I'm using the Metrolink $15 weekday pass. It's a summer program for this summer only, where you get free travel on the entire Metrolink network for $15. But you do have to use the Metrolink app instead of an actual paper ticket, which I'm not fond of, but it's convenient. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's Metrolink. So because Miles lives further up the California coast, he will be joining our train at the next stop of San Clemente, whereas I started at Oceanside. This train's actually heading towards Riverside. It's one of the few Inland Empire Orange County Line trains that serves Oceanside. So we do have to transfer to get to our next destination, but all that is coming later. Miles has been spotted. Miles.
Yes.
It's the crossover event of the century.
It's the crossover event of the century. It's never happened before.
So true. Definitely didn't happen like 4 days ago.
No,
anyway, what's the plan for today?
So first, we go to Tustin. Get off at Tustin. Ride some commuter shuttles. Get on at Tustin. Ride to a station, and then get to Disneyland. Look at ooh and awe at the monorail. Then we go to the Balboa ferry, maybe, and then we take the trolleys back to San Clemente.
Yes. I personally am curious to see how this plan will change as the day goes forward as we adventure on Socal Transit. So we are now at Tustin. It's time for some bussin' in Tustin, and because we're taking some commuter shuttles, they are connected to leave right after the train leaves. So we don't have time to actually watch the train go. But now we're going to go catch the Route 400 I shuttle, and that's going to take us on a little scenic tour of Tustin. Uh-oh, that's our bus. Will it leave without us? I hope not. So, our first small problem in a little bit of a peak SoCal moment. We got off of the 400 here, and we were intending on transferring to the, what is it, the 405? 405. Yeah, the 405. Turns out they don't run that bus anymore as of 6 days ago. So that's really fun. But, yeah, so we're now just kind of scrambling. Our next solution is to take the 59 to the 83 to get to our next destination. So OCTA is very interesting. They post their headways on the schedules, and you can see here there are headways of 31 minutes and 42 minutes, or 55 and 42 minutes. How are you supposed to remember the bus times with headways like that? Like, oh yeah, I'm going to get the bus at 7:42 this morning, and then immediately after that, what's 42 minutes after 7? What were we gonna say?
I was gonna say, this probably needs improvement. However, I will note that having maps and information as to where the bus is going and apps where you can find real-time data is better than what most agencies do. And I think a lot of agencies should copy this format because this is actually very helpful. But the headways are more a symptom of Orange County transit planning than it is OCTA's wayfinding.
This is also true. Mediocre job, OCTA. Better than nothing. I found this on the ground. I'm doing my part to keep Tustin clean. are off of the 59 here at the Santa Ana Regional Transit Center. That was my first experience on OCTA, Miles' home agency. I thought it was okay. It was very fast. Miles, do you have any thoughts on OCTA?
The best agency in the country, baby.
Oh, and we're here to transfer to the Route 862 for a few stops because
it's fun. It's a shuttle around the Santa Ana Civic Center that they introduced
it's more buses
4 years ago, and it runs every 15 minutes, maybe every 20 minutes, which is unheard of in Orange County. So.
Frequency. So we have 6 minutes before our bus is supposed to depart, so we're going to go take a peek inside the Santa Ana Regional Transit Intermodal Center.
It's the depot at Santa Ana, aka Santa Ana Metrolink Center, aka Santa Ana Amtrak station.
You forgot Greyhound, aka Santa Ana Greyhound. To the 862 we go. So the bus that we're on is normally assigned to commuter service. The interior is hella nice. The seats are nice and cloth, and they actually recline. And this is just doing a circulator, it circles around Santa Ana all day. So that was our ride on the 862. I thought it was interesting that at the Santa Ana terminal, the bus driver actually had to back out. Pretty funny thing that you see on buses sometimes. But now we are in downtown Santa Ana and we're here to transfer to the Route 83. The Route 83 is going to drop us off directly at Disneyland.
It's at the same stop we got off at, but I walked because I thought it was around the corner, but I was wrong.
Back towards the stop we go. Miles is mourning the loss of the Route 206. Rest in peace.
And 83 is the winner.
All hail the cube. So we are now off of the 83 and we are in Disneyland, sort of. That's Disneyland behind me.
Parking lot. The Disneyland parking lot.
The
Which
Disneyland
is bigger
parking
than
lot.
Disneyland, but
Yes.
So it's actually the main attraction.
This is what we call a quirky policy failure, but we are not here to do any of the normal Disneyland things. We are here and trying to get into the parking structure so we can ride the parking trams to the main entrance. So walking down a little bit, we see the signs for the trams. We're walking down this sort of sketch secret stairway that'll supposedly take us to the parking structures where we can then board the trams, despite the fact that neither of us are driving. So literally a 2-minute walk on on the little bridge later, we are off the bus and at the tram station. That was shockingly easy for Disneyland as a pedestrian. So the parking trams, in my opinion, are a very interesting piece of Disney infrastructure. They're literally just road trains, and I'm excited to ride one. A little bit weirdly. I don't think anyone says they're excited to ride the parking trams, but here we are. Miles, are you excited to ride the parking trams?
Oh yeah.
Extremely. Let's do this.
the tram comes to a full and complete stop. Stand aboard the tram when the tram is to the moment.
Y piernas adentro mientras el tranvía está en movimiento. Y vigilen a sus niños.
A full and complete stop, and I have indicated it is safe to exit on the driver's left-hand side only.
So this is where the trams dropped us off. We're in Disney now. This is pretty cool. There's a monorail right above me, so we're gonna try to get some cool pictures and shots of the monorail. And yeah. What? Did not know the door was there. So my thoughts on the parking trams, they're very mechanically interesting, and it seems like they're very interesting to drive, like a lot harder than a normal bus, you know? They're just road trains. Miles, any thoughts?
Yes, I agree. They're just road trains. They're trains on
roads.
Roads.
Yeah. Yes, now we are in Disney, and I should mention, we have no tickets. But we're not intending on going in and doing any of the normal stuff. There's way too many crowds, and it's expensive. So we are just here to look at the wonderful Disney's transit infrastructure. Because what else are you supposed to do when you're, you know, in Anaheim? So, well, on the subject of Disney's transport infrastructure, behind me here, sort of, there, is the Disneyland Railway station. So I'm trying to get a video of the Disneyland Railway coming and going before we go explore more places to see the monorail. So after seeing the train, riding the tram, seeing the monorail, we are now walking through downtown Disney, or walking to downtown Disney. I wonder how much of this clip I'll actually be able to use with all the copyrighted music that's just being blasted. Without a doubt, the monorail is like the most interesting piece of Disney transport infrastructure, and it's what people call a gadget bon. Just a little quirky, sort of novel form of transport that exists for like a specific purpose, like a theme park, like this one. But yeah, it's always so cool to see, and I'm really glad that I got to film it today. So now that we've seen the monorail a couple times, we're walking back through downtown Disney to go figure out what we want to do next. So, updates to follow. So the more I think about the trams, the more mechanically interesting they are. Like, I wonder how the braking works between all the cars. And Miles actually said that they are powered by CNG, the same fuel that fuels our Unitrans buses that we both drive. So I just thought that was really interesting. So a couple hours at Disneyland later, we are now back to braving Socal Transit. So our first move is to walk to the main Disneyland bus stop, where we're going to catch the 543. Or what's the move, Miles?
I don't remember.
Cool. Well, you'll find out later. So over here is the Anaheim Resort Transit bus. These are an almost entirely battery operated fleet, and these serve the Disneyland park and Anaheim itself, but mostly just Disneyland. So the bus behind me here, operated by the Riverside Transit Authority, goes all the way from Disneyland to Riverside and San Bernardino. Now that was the shot I wanted. Also, remember how I said that the Anaheim Resort Transport was all battery operated? That bus back there is an El Dorado bus, so it's CNG, not battery, so I was wrong. But the point is, not really, but next up, we are back at the Disneyland bus stop. Here's the bus to Riverside. We're not catching that, but we are catching the OCTA Route 83. That's gonna help us connect with the Route 47, so we can go ride it's called Balboa Ferry, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the Balboa Ferry. Just a couple stops on the 83 later, we are now somewhere in Anaheim, and we're walking just a little bit to catch the Route 47. 47 is going to take us all the way down to the Balboa Peninsula, where we can catch the ferry. It's a long, long trip to San Bernardino. Well, 83 went to Santa Ana.
Right, I know, but it was after the station that got on. But it doesn't run on weekdays.
No, 1984. So after an hour and 30 minutes from Anaheim to Newport Beach, here we are. This is the 47 bus that we took. Miles thinks that we've had enough of the 47.
I've had enough 47 for one day. We didn't even ride the whole thing, too.
No, we did not. The entire thing goes all the way from Fullerton. But here we are in Newport Beach, or Balboa Peninsula. Here's the bus in one of only two places that the buses have to back out of the terminal, which I thought was pretty interesting. But here we are. We're going to go catch the Balboa Ferry now, one of the very few ferries operating in the Socal area. After like 5 minutes, we are off of the Balboa Ferry. This ferry was only a few blocks away from the bus stop, and it was a very quick journey. Kind of an interesting operation. I liked riding it. But we are on Balboa Island now, and we're walking to the closest number 1 bus stop for the Route 1. That'll take us to Miles' hometown of Laguna Beach.
Yay.
And after quite a bit of a hike, some of it uphill, Miles and I are at the Pacific Coast Highway and Jamboree, and it's here that we are either going to catch the 1 or the 55. What are we thinking, 1 or 55?
I'm not sure. TBD.
TBD. It'll be determined. We chose the 55. And after a little bit, here we are at the Newport Transit Center. So we're here just to wait for the 1. And the 1 is going to take us to Laguna Beach, where we're going to ride on some trolleys around Miles' hometown. The 1 for me.
Are you the one for me?
After our very scenic ride on the number 1 bus, the 1 for me, Miles and I are in Laguna Beach. And we're in Laguna Beach for a fun reason. Along the coast of California between Laguna and San Clemente, there's various summer trolleys that are run. And Miles actually works for the Laguna Beach summer trolley, or the Laguna Beach trolley itself. So we're going to be taking that and just joyriding it all the way down back to San Clemente.
Thank you.
Our first trolley is the short coast. I know, right? It's so terrible. So that was the short coastal route of the Laguna Beach Transit. It's very interesting using tourist trolleys as actual transit infrastructure, but here we are. This is Miles' life. And from here, we're going to transfer to the canyon route. So instead of the canyon plan, Miles and I are now hopping on a random trolley that goes up to supposedly a really nice view.
Yes, it is a nice view.
I don't really know any details other than that. So we alighted from the trolley, and now we're going to hop onto the Laguna Beach's microtransit service, which Miles has the details.
So it's called Laguna Beach Local. It's like Uber, but it's free. And it's picking us up in 2 minutes, and we're going to take it to the top, and then we're going to take the trolley back down the hill.
Microtransit.
Miles? Yeah, Miles.
So after our quick experience on the Laguna Local microtransit, we are here at a nice park. There's a nice view up top, and we're just waiting for the next trolley that's going to take us back down the hill so we can continue our journey towards San Clemente. Yeah, that was a great microtransit experience. It was literally just a minivan that just pulled up in 2 minutes and then brought us to our destination. Yeah, Miles, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's great. I don't know if it actually decreases like vehicle miles traveled or anything, but it's pretty sweet and it's free.
Yeah, that was a really sweet, free experience.
See there.
So after that absolutely insane route, we are now at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, that route really reminded me of several routes that I've seen in San Francisco, but they aren't done in a tourist trolley. But yeah, now we're back at the Coast Highway, and we're going to take the long coastal route so we can connect with the Dana Point trolley system. And after the Dana Point trolley system, we're going to take that to connect to the San Clemente trolley system so that we can just round out our day at the San Clemente beach. We're just waiting for the long coastal now, but because we have a few minutes before our trolley, we're making a quick dash to the beach like a true Laguna Beach local. Haha, microtrans shout out.
No mutts, no glory.
Paws of fury. Please 10-9, one at a time. After our trip on the long coastal, it's right here, we are at the Ritz-Carlton. This is the transfer point between the Laguna trolleys and the Dana Point trolleys. And here we are going to catch the Dana Point trolley, so this is the second of 4 more trolleys that we have to take to get to San Clemente. Possibly 3, we'll see.
Okay, so we need to...
So we are now off of the Dana Point trolley, and we're racing to find the, we're racing to get on the other Dana Point trolley that's going to take us further down. Yes, the south route, because that's going to take us to San Clemente. And it's sitting in front of me right now, so hopefully it doesn't leave without us.
This is the beach deviation.
Today, in the most Socal moment ever, Miles told me that these racks on the back are not in fact for bikes, they are for surfboards. This is peak Socal. Fine, you made it in. And after 4 trolleys, here we are at the San Clemente Metrolink station. This is a place that I wanted to visit for a long time because it has trains running directly next to the beach. So we're gonna go watch a train go past the beach now. So San Clemente, or Clemente, has two stations, the North Beach station behind me and the Pier station. The Pier station is only served on weekends by Metrolink, but on the weekdays it's also served by two Amtraks in each direction, which is kind of an interesting service pattern, whereas Amtraks don't serve the North Beach station. But yeah, right now we're just walking between the two stations along this little trackside oceanside path, which is pretty cool. So, because Miles wants to catch a bus back to, you know, Laguna Beach, and because of Socal transit schedules, this is where we will part ways. I will continue towards the beach, whereas Miles is going on the OCTA 1 home. So yeah, I think today was a really great day. Thank you for coming along.
Too.
I'm glad we were able to meet up in Socal in your home territory.
Yes, it was a bit of fun. I would do it again.
Yeah, pretty much a day of using tourist infrastructure as actual transit.
Yes, I agree. Lots of interesting vehicles.
Yes, I also think the Laguna trolleys were the superior trolleys that we rode.
Thank you.
Yes.
I support that because I'm not biased at all.
Oh yeah, not at all. But yeah,
Yes.
well, it was really good to hang out with you.
Yeah, good to see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, in the interest of time, I too am turning back to make my Metrolink, but in the distance there, that is the San Clemente Pier station, and the pier itself. Really glad I visited. I've been trying to get here for a long time. With that, it's time for my last Metrolink of the day. That's going to take me one stop to Oceanside, where I started this entire adventure. Bye-bye, Miles. So, now that... Ooh, here goes another trolley. Bye-bye. Now that I am here in San Clemente, it's time for some closing thoughts. Today was an absolutely insane day. I never imagined that I would be doing this, to be quite honest. But yeah, I'm really glad that I was able to go explore Disneyland without even having a ticket. I thought it was really fun that I was able to get those shots and ride the trams like that. And then I had a great day exploring Orange County and then utilizing tourist infrastructure. I also never thought I would be able to do that. Like, trams are normally city circulators, but the fact that there's like just a chain of them connecting to each other is pretty special to me, and it only works in the summer, which is even better. So yeah, I had a really great time just waiting for my Metrolink now, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.